everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm DNFing this. This is the most gorgeous cover ever. It is just so pretty and thick, and it's got black sprayed pages. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Such a beautiful book. But the inside, the content of the book sucks. I will steal what MJ said, and she said that it was drier than a cracker. And I agree. It's drier than a cracker, okay? It's drier than a dryer. All right. So we're going to get into what's going on with this, and I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are on it, but I pretty much just summed it up with stealing MJ's words and saying that it's drier than a cracker. So yeah, I want to give a personal apology to each and every one of you who are part of the I Read Dead People Club, who picked up this book, like spent money on it, or even just spent time on it if you got a free version, because this was the pick for November. I apologize. I am so sorry that I picked this book. I thought that because it was so popular and because this is so pretty and everyone rants and raves about it, that it was going to be good, but I was wrong. As you know, I'm just now getting into classics, so I'm reading everything for the first time, and I don't have a lot of biased opinions, as far as like having necessarily a dislike toward anything, because I haven't tried it. So I don't know what kind of classics I like the most. So you're just getting kind of my unfiltered views every time I read one of these, and I will be as surprised as you whether I like or dislike a book. So yeah, but I'm sorry, this one was not a good choice. Hopefully the movie will be good, and that will be worth it. Also, the co-hosts are not liking the book either. So we're going to have a very interesting live show, and that is going to be tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that's going to be on the 19th of November, 2022, if you're watching this somewhere in the future, so you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get into this book. I have my handy dandy bullet journal to be my aid. And I actually started writing down my thoughts on this like the day before yesterday or something. So before I decided to DNF. So here we go. Here's my Dracula spread. I've also got an entry page, it looks like, where I did Dracula. They got little fangs. I like that. It's pretty. Anyway, I'm not at all enjoying this book. I think there are too many characters, and I'm being told the story rather than experiencing it through their eyes. It just drags. I feel like nothing is happening. Sure, Lucy was turned into a vampire, and the lawyer sent to Dracula has died or is under his control. I feel so lost in the story. I don't know who is who or how they are all connected. If I wasn't reading it for the book club, I would have DNF'd pretty early on. At least the cover is super pretty, and I can say I've read another classic because that's all I've gotten from it. Bragging rights. Oh well, hope I like the movie adaptation. So, those were my thoughts on Dracula. To tell you how hard I tried. Okay, this was like an 18-hour audiobook, because this is like a 500-page chunker right here, 400 to 500-page chunker. I listened to 11 hours, even at double speed. That means that I gave this book like 5.5 hours of my life. Thank goodness I was doing other things while I was listening to it. Oh my gosh, there was one scene that I liked in the whole book. Well, two. There was two little bitty scenes that I liked, but they were ruined by how they were written. I was just like, what? One of the scenes that I liked was when the guy first sees Dracula climbing down the wall, like, of the tower in the castle that he lived in or whatever. When he was climbing down, he had like his bat wings or whatever. That was cool. And then with Lucy, when they thought she was dead, and then they saw her outside, and they get scared, and like he's going to actually go like hug her and kiss her or whatever, but then the other dude is like, no man, she'll turn you into a vampire, like don't go near her, we need to behead her so that she doesn't come back again. And I'm like, okay, those were the only 2 scenes, and it's like literally 2 or 3 sentences where I'm like engaged, and then the rest of it I'm so bored. 11 hours in, I feel like nothing has happened. Like, I can't even tell you what the book is about because it's that boring. So, yeah, I guess if I tried to tell you what the book is about, it's about a vampire, Dracula, who doesn't really have any personality other than an accent. I don't understand any of it. I'm just like, what? And then there's this Van Helsing character, which doesn't even show up until like 200 pages into the book. And, he's like a doctor dude. So he kind of figured out that Lucy had been turned into a vampire right away. But it just seems like it goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's people's diary entries about the events that happened. So it's just so boring. I'm not interested. I did pull out a couple of quotes that I saw by looking at Goodreads to see what quotes there were, and I added them on here because I just did not have a lot to say. There are darknesses in life, and there are lights, and you are one of the lights, the light of all lights. I want you to believe in things you cannot see. Loneliness will sit over our roofs with brooding wings. How blessed are some people whose lives have no fear, no dread, to whom sleep is a blessing that comes nightly and brings nothing but sweet dreams. So yeah, that's all I had for Dracula. And I'm definitely going to label this a spoiler review because I couldn't have a non-spoiler and spoiler section because there's just so little happening in the book, okay? So yeah, I don't know what happens in the end. I don't care who dies. I don't care who lives. I just don't care at all. I would have more fun reading it if, like, Dracula just goes on a rampage and starts killing them all. That's what I would like to see. This book is so bad. Oh, man. And then one of my co-hosts was saying that it's, like, praised as being very feminist and like sex positive, and I haven't got to that part of the book, but I just don't even care to look to it. And then she was saying she did not agree with that at all, and that's why she didn't like it. Actually, I don't think that was not a co-host. I'm sorry, that's my co-host for next month. Kelly Reads a Lot was saying that. So yeah, go check out the Discord because we all got some salty opinions. A few people did really like Dracula, so I mean, that's great for them. Didn't happen for me. Wish it did, but it didn't. And 5 hours of my life has been wasted. This is like one of my saltiest reviews for this year, I will say. I don't think I've ever gotten that far in a book in DNF. I've gotten 200 pages into a book where I was actually enjoying myself while reading the 200 pages, but then the story shifted and I didn't like the new direction. That has happened with like Spinning Silver book, but this thing, I didn't like it after like the first couple pages. So I did sit down and I was reading it physically alongside the audiobook, like having the audiobook go, and I was reading physically. And while I was doing that, it was alright. Like, it was a little slow, but it was alright for about 35 pages. And then I just got bored out of my mind and didn't like it anymore. So, I don't know. The audiobook was good. The narrators were good. They all had, like, different accents and stuff. But you still couldn't really figure out who was who because it's all just letters. I'm just like, oh, this book. Anyway, yeah, if you're starting classics, do not start with Dracula, okay? Don't start with Dracula. I really liked Frankenstein. Some people did not like Frankenstein because some of the characters are just very insufferable. And I would agree that they're insufferable, but it also has, like, hidden messages between the text. So it's not really the book itself that's great. It's all of the discussions that you can take away from the book. Whereas this gave me nothing but a pretty book on my bookshelf. That's it. Will I even keep this because I hated it so much? I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I spent like, $10, $15 on it or whatever. It's beautiful to hold. But the only reason why I would keep this is so that every time I have a tag where it asks you what is the worst book, I would be able to hold it up and say Dracula. All right? Okay, I think we're done with the ranting. That's a 10-minute rant review for you right there. Enjoy. There will probably be more. I don't know. If this happens again with a book, I'm going to DNF. I really hope it doesn't happen again. I have some hopes for Wuthering Heights. I remember I did read it in high school and enjoyed it, so that's a plus. Do I really remember anything about it? No, but because I know that I liked it then, hopefully I'll like it now. No, I'm sorry, I did not read it in high school. I lied, I got confused. I read Jane Eyre. I have not read Wuthering Heights, so it is going to be a first read for me. It better be good, because it is also a bit chunky. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment. Commenting is the best thing that you can do for me. Yeah, comment. And I will see you all in the next video, which is not going to be a rant. So yeah, there's that. I've planned out the rest of my month of November, and there's going to be like a video every day. So I'm sorry, but I wound up recording like 15 videos and editing them in the last 2 days, and then I have 7 more to film. Where I have all the material, I just literally need to film it, and then beyond that 7, I have some other little tags that I'm going to throw in there for Thanksgiving. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of content heading your way, and I've already started planning December, and it looks like it's going to be a filled month. So, yeah, I got tagged in a lot of stuff by y'all, so I did the tags. They're done. They're edited. All I have to do is, like, put in all the metadata, which can be a pain in the butt to do metadata, but I try to do the metadata and have, like, links and timestamps and all that stuff, but it does kind of, like, suck energy from me when I do all that, but I do it for y'all to make it easier on y'all. But, yeah, that's the end of this. I just keep talking for some reason. I'm in the ranty mood. But we're gonna go now. Bye. See you later.